Hello, good to see you all. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night all over the world. It's a part of our the meditation talks, and I've been asked to talk about the esoteric meditation. The term might be a little new to you. Esoteric, we've got two types. We've got the exoteric and esoteric. Esoteric is looking inward, and when you look inward, you'll find the different things that goes on in your mind inside you. The esoteric meditation is not something new. It is coming from Sumerian, Egyptian, and Chaldeans, and, Jewish, Zoroastrian, Indian, Tibetan, Indonesian, all over the world. But the beauty is that if you look at it, if you read about the different parts of the world, you'll find that these meditations appeared at the same time. Most of them, you'll have very close correlation, how they all came together with the same thought at the same time. That's the beauty of mankind. That's the beauty of mankind. And when you look at the Egyptian way of meditating, they sit straight, they expand, they don't squat, but they sit on a chair or a small stone in those days. When you look at the Indian way of doing it, or the Tibetan way of doing it, or Buddhist way of doing it, they squat with their spine. So all have the same similarity. And even you can refer to Islam by Rumi. Rumi was there. He was a brilliant man. He wrote lots of books, and he writes about meditations in that. And one of the famous Roman emperors, Marcus Aurelius, he used to meditate at least 1 to 2 hours a day because they wanted to know what is inside us. Why are we this way? Are we the same? Are we outside? Or are we different? What is inside us? Soul. Soul is the one that is inside us. And soul, we call that the higher mind soul. And then this soul is the one that can direct you properly. In your everyday life, you're overtaken by your personality. Your personality dictates your everyday life. You want to live in a certain way in the world so that others can look at you in this way. You want to adjust to that. You want the glamour. You want the praise. You like to be appreciated, validated all the time. If somebody is something, it smites you because it has insulted your personality. It degraded your personality. This is how we are overcome by the personality in everyday life. When you reach the soul, you dissolve your personality. When you dissolve your personality, you get your real individuality. And this individuality is one that can guide you for proper actions in everyday life. So that's the reason we do what's called the esoteric meditation. Esoteric meditation is to connect your personality to your individuality. Individuality, the main component is the soul. And beyond that, you got Buddhist and Manas. Whole thing is that we call the triad as a monad. And the lower personality, your physical body, your etheric body or astral body, your lower mind. And they take over every day, every hour, every minute, every second. But there's a reason for that. Because the body, the physical body, astral body, the lower mind, and the upper part of the lower part of the higher mind. All these are born first because it takes a long time in evolution to build the body. Once you build the body is on this planet, and then the soul reaches the body. That's the reason the personality takes over. And the personality is the one that drives you every day. And why do we call it personality? Because you want to look in a different way to the whole world. You want the whole world to look at you in a different way, in one particular way. Small deviation really creates a problem. You feel offended, you feel defeated, you feel not appreciated in the world. You must have all known that if somebody slightly misspells your name, how do you feel? You'll feel as if you lost your identity. You was not able to see and spell my name. You are identifying that with your body, with your looks, with your name. So the esoteric meditation is important in life because every one of us, in some point in our life, will come to a point where we think, no, I'm not getting what I really need. There is something else inside me. That awareness, what's inside me, what might be there that I'm missing. This is not me. And there'll come a point where you'll find that all your achievements are not enough. It doesn't mean that you've got to go and achieve a lot in the outer world, but when you want to turn inwards, you feel you want to achieve something else. How to achieve a connection with your soul, how to get into yourself deeper. It's not just fun, it's not just distraction, it is not something fancy. Just to know yourself. What's inside me? Am I living aligned with my thoughts? Am I living aligned with my awareness? Am I living aligned with my purpose? These thoughts will come to you sometime in life. If not now, it'll be sooner or maybe later. At some time, that will come to you. Everyone will feel that they want to know more about themselves. They want to become aware of themselves. We are not aware of ourselves most of the time. Hypothetically, you are not aware of your breathing. You're not aware of your circulation. You're not aware of your digestion. You're not aware of your muscle fibers contracting, or you're not aware of your neurons firing. Just imagine if you become aware of that, what will happen? You're not. You're not. Because they're all automatic processes that goes on in life. But you know that you're breathing, you know you're digesting, but you don't know every part of it. You don't know everything about it. So in meditation, a few things are pretty important, which I just want to talk because there have been the meditation is talked by my colleagues already. You should not be having a problem with all those things. But what I want to talk is that the first thing is cultivating stillness. Stillness is very important because the meditation develops inner stillness, and inner stillness which naturally extends into the outside life. That is what is the main part of it. And you might be wondering, I'm still in my mind. I don't know why he's talking about the stillness. Stillness is not inactivity. No, stillness is not inactivity. Again, let me repeat. If you remain inactive by closing your eyes, that is not stillness. It is an attitude of clarity and centeredness, and it prevents directionless action into impulsive living. When the mind becomes still, the life becomes more intentional. The decisions become clearer. Energy is conserved and directed properly in the right direction. That's one thing is very important. Two, after stillness, what you do is you it's an invitation to your higher qualities. You got to invite because it is a process you do by your own willingness. It should not be forced. If it's forced, it'll never be achieved. It has got to be, you got to be the willing to do that. There should be an invitation to experience. You want to experience grace, peace, equanimity. Remember, equanimity is very important in meditation because you're not labeling something bad, not simply labeling something good. You are in the gray zone. It's like the Buddha saying you have to be in the mid zone all the time. And we also use that in many other ways. It's called as the temperance, where you're not low, you're not high, not black and white, but a gray zone. So here, when you it is an invitation to your higher qualities. What are your higher qualities? Connect with the deeper intelligence within. The deeper intelligence is different from the intelligence. Intelligence is cortical. Cortical intelligence is just the knowledge gained through reading, watching, saying things, and learning in school and learning from others. All these are just cortical intelligence. Cortical intelligence is different. We are talking about intelligence, deeper intelligence within. What is that? That's called the wisdom. That's called the wisdom. And wisdom is called the Sophia. And the experience with the divine presence. And the divine presence is within you and around you. But in esoteric, you're going to connect with the divine presence within you. There is the spark of the eternal, universal architect, the spirit, a spark of that rests inside you. That's what we call the soul. And you should know that our souls are all the same. Souls are all the same, and we are still connected with a thin thread, maybe a silver string connected to the universal almighty. You're still there because the time will come where we have to leave this body and join him. And then the third part is that you got to move from control to awareness in meditation. We are going to see this in the demonstration today, how we can move from control to awareness. And this has been talked about even by my colleagues in the previous the lectures, because the mind, it believes it is in control all the time. The mind believes it. Yet the meditation, it reveals a little deeper truth. It'll go a little step further. There is a whole Vedic wisdom. The Vedic wisdom is the mind is the slayer of the real. You can note it down. The very good, the wisdom, the Vedic wisdom. It is in the Eastern books. It has been in different languages. It's in the Tibetan books. It is in the Buddhist, and also it is in the Chinese, and also in the Indian books. Mind is the slayer of the real. There you should know something here. You could dwell on that thought for the rest of the day. Mind is the slayer of the real. I'm just leaving that with you to think about for the rest of the day. And through meditation, we begin to understand the limits of our mind, what our mind can do. We don't know. We don't know what our mind can do unless you explore. Unless you explore, you will not know. And the presence of deeper awareness beyond the thought. What more can you be aware of? What more can you be aware of? And those are few things I would like to emphasize. And saying that there is a physical component to the meditation, and this physical component is our body. Our body is a vehicle for this lifetime. We should not ignore it. It should be honored. And during meditation, that's the reason we ask you to sit in a comfortable position, maintain alert awareness, keep the spine straight, not stiff, straight, at least in a slightly straight manner, because we want the energies to shift from one part of the spine to another, and lift the head gently upwards, because we want this. You might be asking why these are important, because if you go to Vedanta, you got two different sort of types of yoga. One's called Hatha Yoga, where it's concerned with the body, and Raja Yoga with the mind. So controlling the body is Hatha Yoga, and controlling the body means you got to keep it. You want to keep it a little bit straight, only because of the energies pass through, and it has been. If you go to Egyptian and then the Chaldeans, they call it these axis mundi. That is around the stick. You'll find the caduceus also, two serpents around the stick. So these are all been coming from a long time. So maintain alert awareness, keep the spine as straight as possible. You could squat or you could sit on the chair. If you're going to squat, that's fine. If you're going to sit on the chair, make sure that your feet are in contact with the floor or the ground, whichever you're sitting in. And embodied awareness, keep parts of your consciousness anchored in the body. That we are going to talk a little bit in the demonstration today, because the demonstration today is only an introduction. It's a topic that is very deep, and the depth you go in, you find more and more things. And the chest and shoulders, chest, you keep the chest open and the shoulders slightly back, because these help lungs to expand better, heart to beat better, and circulate the blood in a better way. And symbolically and physically, when you keep the, the shoulders back, it opens up the heart. That's a symbolism. I'm not saying it's a physiologist, just a symbolism. Keep your heart open. And open heart is very important in meditation again. An important clarification here: meditation is not an escape. You are not escaping the body. You are not dissociating from the body. You are not going just something like a la la land. No, no, no. Those are not correct. Meditation is being awake, being present, and embodied awareness. Embodied awareness is the most important thing. And you should have the right attitude. You should be having the willingness, the openness, and the receptivity. Third part is very important. You should be receptive. You're ready to receive awareness. That's very important. And again, you got to have the attitude. Attitude is physical awareness, emotional awareness, and other things we're going to talk about in a few minutes. And then you should be having the altitude, how deep you can go. You should be having that. How deep do I have to go into meditation to understand myself, to understand my thoughts, to understand my bodily feelings and everything? And then we get into the last part of it is called as assimilation, where you're trying to you got the awareness, you're going to integrate the awareness, you're going to assimilate the awareness. So it becomes a part of your daily life. It's a part of your daily living. And when you meditate in a correct way, you will not react. You will respond. You will respond to everything: thoughts, emotions, sensations around you, inside you, everywhere in the world. So, and again, remember that meditation is not a fast process. It takes its time. It is an assimilation. You cannot digest whole food at one time. It will take time for you to digest the food. You cannot pass all the school grades at one time. You got to go through from grade to grade, learn, and then you do. And with that, so meditation is ultimately an invitation consciously live, to become still within and experience deeper layer of awareness. And remember one thing for sure, if you're going to meditate, you're not just going to observe, be aware of what's going on only in meditation. You're going to carry that with you every minute of the day, every week of your life, every day of your life. You're going to apply that. If you don't apply and just meditate, that's of no use. It's a waste. Apply what you learn, apply what you meditate on, become an observer of your thoughts in every second, of your emotions in every second, your sensations in every second of your life. And then you will see what happens. Then you will see what happens. Thoughts are there, emotions are there, sensations are there, feelings are there, but you are not them. You are not them. You are completely outside them. You are not in them. You are not pulled by them. That is called know thyself, as an old axiom in the temple of Delphi in Athens. Know thyself and you shall know the universe. First, know yourself. What's within you? Because why, if you know first what's within you, that will be reflected even outside you. That's the importance of that. So with that, what we're going to do today is that I think it's too much to talk about, but we want to cut all those things and do a small demonstration for you. What I've prepared for you is that the common obstacles you'll have when you meditate, because this is the first lesson you need to learn. What are the obstacles? Why are these obstacles there? Because, concentration is important. That will be, I will talk about that in the next lecture, because the concentration, it needs a lot more time we need to pay attention to. Remember something, concentration, it allows you to be attentive and pay attention one particular focus, that is concentration. And meditation takes you a little deeper. Actually, to meditate, meditata is to concentrate in Latin. That's how the word came. And before that, it had different names. The different names were there for meditation, which I don't want to get into go right now, because it'll take us a long time to complete the lecture. But you should know that at the end of this class, at least, you should be able to see that this is being observed. I am aware of that. Oh, this too is a moment of awareness, in awareness. So that's what we are going to come to. And these principles you can apply in your daily life, because, at that point, you'll find no resistance, no correction, just recognition, aware, observe, notice. That's what you're going to do. The common obstacles of common obstacles in normal the meditative practice is what we are going to do today, because unless you know that, you cannot go further. And a few things have already been talked from my colleagues, stating that they are like clouds, they are like waves and everything. But we are going to go a little bit deeper than that, just a little bit deeper, because you heard about the thoughts, you heard about the emotions, but we are going to do something slightly the different here. And with by saying that, I just wanted to show you one slide which I prepared, that might be really helpful. Remember, this is a short introductory session. And what's the aim? Aim is for self-realization, inner transformation, and enlightenment. It helps. The self-discovery is one, inner peace is second, and the divine connection. When I say the divine connection, connecting with your soul, because as I talked to you in the beginning of this lecture, lower personality and upward individuality. Individuality carries your soul. So we are going to connect the personality with the individuality. At that point, what happens is, if you meditate for a long time, maybe maybe a few years or maybe a few months, depends upon how much intensity and how much energy you want to pour into it, you will see that your upper mind, your individuality slowly takes over the personality. You may come to a point, you may say that I am not my body, I am not my emotions, I am not my name, I am not anything at all, because I'm a soul existing in the physical body. And someday this physical body is going to dissolve, and I will be leaving to take up another physical body, carrying with me all the good things I've learned, and take with me all the best things I have known so far. And that's where you will arrive one day. I am not there yet, but I'm telling you, you might arrive there someday. It takes a long time. It's not a process, overnight success. No, it will not be overnight success at all. Impossible. Nobody has achieved it in overnight success. I can tell you that for granted. Take any character you want in the world. You can take Buddha, Gautama. Actually, they call him Buddha, but actually they should be calling Gautama Buddha. Buddha means just getting enlightenment. And again, we say Jesus. They call it Jesus Christ, but Christ is the one who attained the enlightenment. So you take any figure you want, in history, in legends, even in mythologies. It all took a long time to learn what is inside us. Are we aware of who we are? Most of the time, we are not. Still, the personality takes over. So that's the inner divine connection and the inner peace. When you attain that awareness of everything in life, everything that comes up, you will feel that there is peace of, call it peace of mind. Maybe you can call it that way, inner peace. The inner peace makes your life much easier. It keeps you in a better way, and you will see that it works wonders with your life. You try to understand others better. You make others understand you better, multiple ways. And I would urge you to use it in everyday life. Maybe if you're traveling by bus, or if you're going to a restaurant, or you're going to the grocery store, that will really help you to get the clarity of thought. So saying that, let's start our small the demonstration of the meditation. As you know, you can be done either by squatting, or you can also by the sitting on the chair, or if somebody prefers to lie down, you can still do that. Because remember, when you're lying down, still your back is in a straight line. It's quite erect when you're on the bed. Then many people ask me this question: oh, my spine might not be erect. Just lie down and tell me, how is your spine? It is in a straight line. Axis mundi is still maintained. Because I don't expect the rheumatology patient to stand or sit or squat. Let them lie down. Let them be comfortable. Because the body, as I told you, it is a vehicle on this planet in this lifetime. Honor it. Don't ignore it. That's very important. And you got even the meditations they do in multiple ways, but those three are enough for right now to this basic class. And let's start on meditative process. So find a comfortable position in your chair, wherever you're sitting. Always remember when you are sitting, remember the Egyptians' way of doing meditation. They used to sit on a slab of stone which had the backrest. And you could find this in many pictures, or maybe, and even the monuments. You must, if you have visited Egypt or in some place, you'll find it. And allow the body to be supported completely. So those two are the basic things you're going to do. And I'm going to add a little bit of a music that really helps us to get much deeper. Just going to unshare for a minute before we get started. Uh, yeah, let me share the music. So we don't need anything on the screen for this because you're all going to close your eyes. Because if I keep something on the screen, there will be a tendency for the mind to open up your eyes because the prefrontal cortex will take over. So that's the reason we are not going to have anything on the screen. You can, that's an advanced meditation where you can keep your eyes open and meditate. That way we'll be coming to maybe after 4 or 5 lectures where you go into your position where you can meditate walking, you can meditate with your eyes open, but that needs much advanced awareness. So we are going to work on that later. For now, just going to close your eyes. Just make yourself comfortable. Your feet on the floor, touching the floor, so you get a sense of anchoring to the Mother Earth. That's very important. And the other thing you could do is, if you're going to do this in the morning, have a glass of cold water. If you have a glass of cold water before meditation, that grounds you. It grounds you to the present situation. This is old alchemy. Somebody is interested, you could go into that and you can have a look at that, how it really helps you. And try to keep your hands comfortable position and make sure the body is not stiff. It is comfortable. It is cradled well in your chair or the couch you're sitting on, or if you're squatting, just be comfortable that all the parts of your base are in contact with the floor or the ground you're sitting in. And when you find your body comfortable, I want you to gently close your eyes. Or you could just gaze onto some object until your eyes close. Either way it works. Gently close your eyes. As you close your eyes, just pay attention to the breath. There's nothing to do. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to alter. Let the breath flow in its own course. Inhale gently. Exhale gently. You're not doing anything to the breathing. You're just allowing it to happen. Just become aware of the breath. There's, there's no doubt, no analysis. It's like a scientist who observes, just observe the breath as it flows in, as it flows out, not forcing it, allowing it. Gently observe the breath. As you observe the breath in and out, you might be noticing something. You're able to hear all the sounds. You are aware of the chair beneath you. You are aware of the room you're sitting in. Yet you're just aware. That's what it's all about. Not altering them, not resisting them, just becoming aware. You might be hearing a dog barking in the background. You hear traffic in the background, my words, music in the background, but you're not dragged into any of that. Just aware. And you might be noticing what is awareness now in the beginning. You are aware of those. And you're aware that you are in the present situation, in the present moment. And as you're getting aware of that, you might feel your mind wandering. Oh, your mind might be wandering. I got to take care of something. I got to go here, got to go there. That's quite normal. Mind wandering happens. But you're just going to be aware of that. Just aware. Just noticing it. You are not in it. You're not being pulled into it. And let this awareness slowly spread inwards. As the awareness spread inwards, you could hear your own breathing, the rhythm, the way the air moves. And you could hear your own heartbeat. Let's move that awareness a little further than your breathing and your heartbeat. Then you move it a little further, a little deeper. You pick your thoughts, the different thoughts appear, some abstract, some concrete, and thoughts that might say, I'm not this, I'm not that, I want to be this, I want to be that. And you might say it's too bad, it's too good a thought, it's too bad a thought, an awful thought. You might see them as if you're watching a movie in your mind. And thoughts, be aware of these thoughts. Just like the clouds in the sky. Some are dark, some are heavy, some are light. But they all ultimately pass. They will appear and they disappear. And sky, it doesn't change the clouds. It doesn't chase the clouds. That's your awareness. You are aware of your thoughts, not pulled into it, not dragged into it. Awareness of your thoughts makes you an observer of your thoughts. Once you become an observer, you learn by observing. How to be aware, but not to be pulled into it. Now, let's go a little deeper. Look at your emotions now. Some emotions may surface. They come up as maybe memories, lost stories, incomplete, unfinished stuff in the world, in your life. You may get emotions of sadness, happiness, disappointments, separations, not being successful, being deprived. And whatever emotion comes up, let it surface. Just notice these emotions, observe them without getting pulled into it. And every emotion, look at them as if they are waves of an ocean. And every wave, it has a rise, it has a peak, and it has to subside. Every wave that rolls out has to roll in. And you are the water under the waves. Just being aware of the emotions, not pulled into it. And at this point, you might feel some uncomfortable sensations in your body. Maybe an itch, an urge to move the body a little bit. Maybe a churning in the stomach. Or maybe a slight sensation somewhere in the body. Just observe the sensations. Observe the sensations as if it is just a signal. Just a signal. Observe just becoming aware of the sensations, but you are not answering the sensations. You are not reacting to the sensations. As you pay attention to this, you become aware of this. You might find a few thoughts coming up in your mind, an inner voice that's telling you, I'm not doing it the right way. What will people think when they look at me on the screen? This is completely wrong. Do not judge. Be non-judgmental and be aware of the thoughts. Be aware of them, not to get pulled into it. Let's get a little bit deeper into awareness. And now, you know that you're aware of your thoughts. You're aware of your feelings. You're aware of your sensations. Aware of your emotions. Now, when you become aware of all this, you know thoughts are there, emotions are there, feelings are there, sensations are there. You are not them. You are the observer who is aware of them. Just the observer. Being aware, and you are not in them. And as you are observing, that awareness within you knows everything around you is there. You're not eliminating them. They're all there. But you're not being pulled into any of them. Now, let's be still, calm, and silent for at least 6 to 12 seconds. And now try to assimilate that you are the awareness, not disturbed. You're always there. watching, observing, becoming aware. And now slowly get back your awareness externally. Get back to know the breath, the normal breath, moving in and out. And feel the points of contact of your body with the chair or the couch you're sitting in. The contact of your hands with your laps or whichever surface it is. The contact of your feet with the floor. Becoming aware of the room, the temperature of the room you're sitting in. Slowly becoming more aware of the sounds around you, near and far. And maybe a little movement of your fingers and toes. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes, taking with you this awareness into your everyday life. You take this awareness with you in the coming days, in the coming hours. Awareness, being aware of everything around you, your thoughts, your emotions, where the world around you, but not getting dragged into any of that. And just open your eyes and relax now. But welcome back, all of you. I don't have my glasses on. Just hang on a minute. Yeah, you can stop the recording at this point. No, but I'm going to, yeah, you can stop.